Hello, what is the safest way to start with a small capital? Swing trading chart analysis of AZO. Well, in my opinion, it's good to just buy one share of stocks per trade when you are starting out. Even if you have a large amount of capital, when you are just start swing trading, you pick your strategy, you create your watch list. Let's say we are using long up to long swing trading strategy. You take your time to create your watch list of stocks, and we did that. We record those videos. You'll find it in the playlist related to watch list stocks, and you do your analysis. When you are going to buy a stock, it's good to just buy one share of stocks. When you have a small capital, I will suggest you focus on in your watch list of those stocks that you have. You focus on stocks that cost less than or around $100 a share. For instance, we have ORLY for $90. That could be a stocks that you will focus on buying when it's time to buy. These stocks that we are going to analyze today, AZO, one share costs $3,244. When you have a smaller capital, you do not want to spend that much per share of stocks just yet. So that will be something you might want to take a look at as well. And there, so when you have multiple stocks that in your watch list that are set for you to buy, you can narrow them down to the one that are up to $100 per share, up to $200 per share, or up to $300 per share or so, but just stay within that bracket for the stocks you want to be trading for the time being. And the reason is that way you are not going to, it's going to be easy for you to be able to save money to find enough for one share of stocks, and at the same time it's going to allow you to stretch your money further and buy more stocks than using a lot of your capital to just buy few stocks. That way you can practice the strategy you are using against the stocks you have on your watch list to see if there is some that are now compatible with your strategy, so that you can take those stocks out of your watch list at some point during the year, or flag them so that going toward the following year you take them out and replace them with some new stocks that you want to give a try to. And at the same time, when you start out, it's good you focus on large cap stocks, and with the strategy we are using, which is well suited for growth stocks, we are swing trading large cap growth stocks. So large cap stocks, they tend to be pricey. The reason why I'm saying up to $300 per share is because the higher the dollar amount, the higher when the price is changing, the higher the difference as well. So you can make more profit when the prices per share is higher. When the price per share is less than $100, the fluctuate in price could be in cents. When when the price is higher, like $200, $100 or so, the fluctuates in price could be in dollars. So that is why I'm thinking that up to $300 per share is fine. You can find stocks $90. The thing is, with large cap growth stocks that have been around for at least 15 years, they are expensive. You can find few less than $50 a share, but most of them are cost more than $50 per share. At least the one that I have in my portfolio. After I narrow them down to what I have in my portfolio, very few cost less than $50 per share. There are some, just not a lot. So, and I have a small account, small capital account, a Roth IRA that I trade in. So you buy one share per trade, and I prioritize those stocks that are, up to $200 per share to buy in that account, because I can stretch the money that I have there. I don't have a lot of money in that account. I can stretch what I have there to buy a different type of stocks and have one share of them. So that is the strategy that I use, and that is just my strategy, but does not mean it's the only one. You can decide to take all your money and buy one stocks if you want to. The thing is, with the strategy we are using, you are going to hold on to that stocks for a while. So having different stocks, you are going to be buying them at different times, you are going to be selling them at different times. So you are going to generate cash flow at different times during the span of time that you are going to be trading those stocks. Instead of buying them all, but you spend all your money in one stocks, then you are going to wait until you sell that stock. So for instance, AZO, that is the stock of the day. Is it a buy or not a buy? And today is January 7, 2026. I would say it is not a buy. Why is that? Well, we have two support lines, two value lines that we like to buy at. It crossed one going down, so I don't know if it's going to come down all the way here. So for that reason, it is not a buy, just in case it comes down here. If it's going to go up from here, then it is a buy. If I'm looking at this one, for instance, I believe I purchased it somewhere here around November 2025. That's why I have that arrow there. So you can see that it start going up from here after touching base with this value line. It start going up from here, and I bought it. It continued going up for a little bit, and then it pulled back again, and then it start going lower. So there is a chance that it could decide to continue going down all the way to this. So you can see there is quite a bit of gap between it, and I know that this growth is quite sharp. So there is a chance it might come down here, but there is a chance it may not. And the reason is we have the date on the x-axis from the past to the present, and the price on the y-axis from $0 up. This support line that is claiming going up is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years long. Because of that length, that number of years that it has been claiming this line, makes me think maybe it's going to be the new valley line. But again, it's very steep, so there is a chance it might decide to come down here, which is 8 years longer. So if it did that, then we might buy some more. Again, it's not going anywhere. We'll just get stuck in it for this purchase here until it goes back up. So taking your time to choose stocks well for your watch list. If you end up paying a higher price for it, you just let it be until it becomes positive, and once you are satisfied with the profit you accumulate in it, you can sell it. And another thing about this stock is you can see that I waited to see few higher lows before I enter. And last year I decided that this year I'm not going to be doing that. When it reached the valley line that I like to buy, if I'm comfortable buying it at that valley line, I'm going to buy. If it goes down a little bit before it starts going up, I'm fine with it, but I'm not going to wait to see few higher lows before I make my purchase. Additionally, if there is more value land below, and I can decide to, for the amount that I'm going to spend on it, I can decide to buy a half of that target amount at that value land, and if it touch base with a lower one, I can buy some more. With this one I traded in the past in 2024, because of the price, I usually buy just one share per trade. I don't think I ever bought two of it, but it's a possibility. But yeah, in 2025 I didn't trade until November when I bought it, and right now I will be negative in it because it's lower than where I purchased it, and I'll just let it be for the time being. So because of the way it's going, I'm not entirely sure if it's going to come down here or not. So that's why I'm saying it is not a buy. Yesterday the price closed on green. The price at the end of the day was higher than the price in the morning when the market opened. However, it's still on the downtrend. With the strategy that I'm using, if I didn't purchase it here, I won't mind buying one share of it. If it comes down here, I might buy it again. But since I already purchased it around this area, I'm not going to take any action. If it comes down here, I might buy another share again, and then from there it can start going up. So this is not a buy today for that reason, that it breached this and seems to be going lower. Thank you so much for watching our videos. We thank you very much for your time. Thank you for all your comments, and thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel and ninaso.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your account from there. There is something I like to point out for this one when I was talking about small capital is, okay, so if we take the last time it touched base with this support line, it touched base with it at 3,009. So let's just say 3,000. It was in 2024 November. It reached all-time high in 2025. It continued, reaching higher point for about a year or so. September, so a little bit less than a year, for 4,388. So you can see that it's more than $1,388 profit difference there. If you purchase it at 3,000 and sell it at 4,300, for instance, that's 1,300 profit there. But you'll have kept it for over a year. So, and again, based on the strategy we are using, we will keep those stocks for a while. So that's why buying different stocks, you will sell them at different price, you will sell them at different time, freeing your money, at different time frame, and buying other stocks as well. And even buying one share of a stocks, you can see how much profit you can accumulate in it. And sometimes you can double your money. Sometimes you make, how much is the profit ratio there? If we do 1,300 divided by 3,000 is 43% return. So yeah, you'll be making about 50% return, 25% return to 50% return in most of them, based on how long we are going to be keeping them and moving forward. So buying it at the valley and selling it after the peak is the strategy that we are using. So yeah, thank you so much for your time. The way we analyze AZO, if you want to practice analyzing your stocks to see if any is well positioned for you to buy and receiving feedback, will you please check our online store, liberdownload.com for our small group online workshop that we organize to see if you're interested to reserve a spot. For more videos in this series, will you please check our playlist in the description of this video. And thank you so much for your time.